Greetings, Dan Halligan with Canta Games, and one of my favorite things to do is to do a uncut, authentic boxing video where I speed up some of the loading of the box. But after a typhoon and angry customs people and a confused DHL delivery, I finally get this the day before, actually 12 hours before the launch. So I'm filming this video. This could be sloppy, so just stay with me because I can't do many cuts. This is the white marble. If you saw the update for the pre-launch page, we have gone to a sampled cream marble, and it looks like that's a winner. But just to give you an idea of some things you haven't seen in the rendering, each panel has beautiful artwork, again from Janik Lipinski, and that's gorgeous. The back takes from the right side of the playmat because I love that little section of the playmat. Wanted to feature it on the back of the box. It'll be lined on the inside with an exploded view and how to load the boxes that I'm going to be loading now. The project itself is going to have a rule book, and unfortunately I did not get the right stock for my rule book. It's going to be a little thicker and a little more luxurious, but I can simulate that. I'm just going to point out that this would probably be 30 to 40% thicker because it would have additional thickness to the sort of linen stock that I'm getting. And then there's 3 boxes inside, these nesting boxes, and there's this box. And this box this is me trying to invent a new idea. You'll tell me whether it works or not. So this would be the 3 components, the playmat, snug beautifully right there. If you get all 3, if you get the Evil York pledge level, then this is what you're going to get, and this thing will be packaged inside a protective shipper, which I think has corner protectors. I'm going to confirm that. So let's get started. What I have, this is the box I got to fill, and I got to fill it with all the products that are Obsession. Understand something. This initial fill is going to be everything. So it doesn't matter that you have the playmat. It doesn't matter that you have some things you could discard. I'm going to put everything that's in here with the playmat, the new nesting boxes, and the universal rule book to demonstrate how that fits. I obviously have a Shipshape Gamer here, which I'm going to then do another chapter in the video, and I'm going to put that together. And then you can see some sleeved cards over here, and I've got extra coins. I'll probably pretend like I'm someone who's bought 2 sets and show how all this fits. So here we go. Not many takes. We're off to the races. I'm going to slow the video down. I'm using this sealed and shrink base game because I knew it had a crumpled rule book because it had a little bit of lid lift. So don't be alarmed. I use these for experiments such as this. I'm going to slow down the camera here and just make the point. I'm not going to put the paper coins in with the metal coins. I mean, I don't think anybody would actually do that, and the metal coins actually take up just a little bit more room than the paper coins. I probably could fit them. I'll make that observation, but I'm just going to set these aside. Okay, we'll slow it down here, and I've got everything taken out of its storage, whether it's plastic or whatever. Anyway, I'm now going to open upstairs, downstairs in order to complete the boxes along with Wessex. I'll speed up here. Slowing down, all tiles are in here that were available. Speeding back up. Actually, no, I'm not speeding back up. So let's bring this over and do an all-in-one load. And the way we do it is on the bottom here, we've got, now we're going to have a playmat in here with it. So you technically wouldn't need these boards, but I know some people like to keep their boards, so I'm not going to deny them that. And so those are in the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our new boxes. So this is a miscellaneous storage box. And one of my concepts on this miscellaneous storage box is to give a sliding inner box that allows you to put cards or put coins. It's just a sliding inner box. I don't know if that's going to be a cool idea. If not, this isn't going to fit if you want this box separate. But it's a cute little box that you could put things in. So it's the bottom, only the bottom is used in my new little sliding storage idea. So I'm going to use that just to see what it looks like, and then this will be set aside. The other is the playmat. So before I put anything in there, the playmat, as you can see, I'm going to come over here a little bit, sits snugly there with a little bit of room so you can get a little finger space. The playmat itself fits perfectly. I've kept playmats in these square boxes for over a month and a half now, and they're no different than when they come out of a tube. I also like this space because you can put, I'll do that later, but you can put your score pads in that little gap. This here is, again, it's an all-purpose. We don't know what we're going to do with this. So, I mean, let's right now just say we put all of our Gentry cards in there. And let's say I put all of I could put my objective cards. Now this would be keeping all three decks. No one should keep all three decks. This master deck and characters replaces them. But I'm going to keep them for the heck of it. So that's going to go, I'll put that like that. So I've got that in there. And then we have two styles of VP cards. We're going to keep both of them. That'll sit right on top of there. And this can sit right in there. Again, I would use probably some Hugo's magic tape or something to secure these, but time is of the essence. So I'm going to take all my characters, meeples, second chance servants, and the characters, and even the stuff for the side. You know what? I'm going to mix them in here for now. I know that gives some people a heart attack because it'll be hard to dig out, but I'm just showing the capacity. I've got these here, and those I can put in here. And so now there's obviously extra room. I'm going to take extra coins and put them in the middle. This is probably a coin set and a half. So I'm putting extra coins in there. And that's our second nesting box. It's not going to have that label. I put a Fairchild crest on there. But now you see if you can see from an angle, this is smooth as butter. See that? Now, what goes here are all these shaped boards. So these go like that. This is going to be where the organizers go, but the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your purple boxes right there. I wish you could see this. This is perfectly level. I want shouts of praise. You don't know how many times I've tried to do this. And look, there is your organizers, and they've got a finger spot here. If you got big meaty fingers, you might have to have someone come get them for you, but that pulls up and allows you to access the boxes. So that's all right there now. Now, I'm going to stick those there. Isn't that beautiful? Look how they go right at the end. You know, I'm not an engineer, but my sons are engineers. Not that I've rubbed off or anything. And now we're going to do a little different than we did with 2E. We're going to put our family boxes right there. And now there is one casualty I have to tell you, is that there really is no home for this unless you really wanted to economize what you had in here. It was a sad thing, but it's not asymmetrical. It doesn't allow me to build out. It's a nice box. You can use it. And again, if you go lean and mean and don't duplicate anything, meaning your playmat and your rule books, then you're going to be just fine. And now we got all these rule books. One of these is crumpled up. One of these is crumpled up. This one here. I need. All right, I'll take the challenge of a crumpled rule book. Look at this. All these people are having heart attacks as I crumple things. So I'm putting this here. What I want to do here is I want a slot to take the spiral wind sit of the Universal Rules Compendium. So I'll put this here, and I can drop that right there. Take a look, people. Take a look, please. Reduce the shouts of praise. I'm a little punch drunk. You can put that there. That can go there. This little guy, you could actually tuck. There's some spare room down here. I can tuck that guy right there. Put that sort of rolled up right there. And then put the Universal Rule Book with its binder sitting down, or I'm sorry, the spiral wind sitting down. And I'm going to put, this thing's being disagreeable. I'll do that. And then put this rule book. So this is everything that came in all those expansions except that box and except that lid. Oh my gosh. Oh, punch drunk. I told you I'm punch drunk. Oh, I dropped my mic. Now that's everything in there. There's nothing that has been economized. Are you seeing this? There's no lid lift. Everything's in there. So now, if you economize, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So I got a Universal Rule Book. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to get rid of that. That's in the Universal Rule Book. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to keep that variant catalog because there's not everything in the variant catalog is in the Universal. Getting rid of that. I'm going to keep the glossary for the thematic stuff. And I'm going to keep that reference card. I don't need that. And now I'm going to go here. And I'm taking these out because I do not need that. I only need my Tableau round track, right? So that goes at the bottom. These, just as a little pro tip, these go awful nice in the Wessex box or Useful Man box if you hung on to that and you ever got one. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I can put my two boxes next to that. So you see, it's also going to raise up the estate organizers because that Wessex takes up that full side. Do you see the gorgeousness? This comes in here. With the Wessex box, you get just about maybe a millimeter or two of not being, this is a little bit higher. So you have to debate whether you think the Wessex box is worth it. But you see my organizers now sit up more, make them a little easier to get. Because I don't need that stuff. And then We can come back with this. You can put that there, put that there. You could put those down in that little slot. Come on, boy, slide over. That sits pretty. And look, you're beautiful there. You've got room to spare. You're a little more efficient in the use of your space. You might have some promos and stuff. Now, you got to remember that there's big gaping wounds of space. When you have that new storage long box, I was very inefficient in that thing. I'm only half full in the servant purple box. So you have additional storage that you can use. I am going to stop it here, and I am going to reshoot a boxing video that shows the ship shape insert and shows sleeved cards, just to show you that they can go in. But I think you can see by the space I didn't use that there's plenty of room for sleeve tiles, sleeve cards. If you don't get the playmat, you then get the storage of that playmat box, which even adds to your ability to store stuff. But I'm coming up on having to launch the Kickstarter, so this one video is going to be the starting point, and I will put another video out after I go get an IV at the hospital later this week, showing all the other combinations. Thank you.